But you've always been very socially conscious, and a lot of this album, my understanding, was kind of started at least last spring in 2019. Was there a moment that kind of made you decide these are the social issues we're going to talk about and then call it 2020?
What we thought was the album in the spring of 2019 really became the first batch of songs. Some of them were very socially conscious in that first batch. And in Nashville, while we were recording, I came out of the kitchen area of this studio and I said to the band, I think I've got the album title, Bon Jovi 2020. Now there was a wryness to it. It was just tongue in cheek. It wasn't meant to be so serious or topical. And I thought, if nothing else, it's an election year, it's a t-shirt. But then things started to take shape and Blood in the Water came and some of those early songs. So up until the time when it was completed and I was meaning to put it out in May and go on the road in June, the world was really starting to take take a severe left turn. So I held the record. If I was going to say I was writing a topical record, I had to face COVID. And so I wrote Do What You Can. And then in light of the Black Lives Matter movement, I had to at least try to write a song like American Reckoning. And that's when I realized, okay, now it's complete. So I took two of the more personal songs off, put these in, and I think it really, that wryness, the cuteness of 2020 went away. And now it's a serious, I am a witness to history. This is my perception of what I viewed. Here's a bunch of topics. Discuss.
And we will discuss, because honestly, American Reckoning, it took me at least 4 times to be able to get through it. At first, when you sing like that opening line, like America's on fire, like I'm in Canada, I stopped because metaphorically and physically it's true. But the line, like another mother is crying as history repeats, I can't breathe, like god damn those 8 minutes. That's a weight, like the process for you to able to kind of get that in there had to have been heavy on you.
It was tough song to write on a number of levels, emotionally, even if I weren't ever to share it. Then I wrote it, I played it for Dorothea. She said, great verse, chorus isn't good enough. Sent me back to the woodshed. I rewrote it. I went out to our co-producer, John Shanks, who started to poke some holes in some things. When I went to record it, Tico flat out shot me down and said, I think you should rework this and this and this. I played it for members of the African-American community. I really put this thing to the test and had to defend lyrics to a number of people so that I got it right. And it is America's reckoning. I am a man of white privilege. I can easily see that. It wasn't new to me because of our work in philanthropy, my 3 community restaurants or the nearly 1,000 units of affordable housing over the last 15 years that we've built. I've worked in the inner city, so I've seen those things. It wasn't new. But to put it down in a song in this cancel culture, this could be damning. And I wanted to make sure that if I was willing to go there, that I got it right. So I believe I got it right. And I'm willing to go there.
There's another song that you wrote that honestly, it stopped me. The Lower the Flag, which, about the mass shootings, and I know it's just in America, but it's happening around the world. And when you kind of break down that song and you name them all, you're documenting history, but for a lot of people, you're making it a reality. And I know that sounds crazy, but people turn the channel and they're desensitized. Like for you, when you had that moment and you're listing it off, it almost seems kind of out of this world to know this much has happened in this short of a time.
To go to bed with El Paso and to see that on the news and to wake up and hear Dayton and you ask yourself, no, it's El Paso. And you realize that 2 shootings happened just in the time that you slept, and that people became numb to it. And so I had to, again, write it down. And then when I went to the computer and wrote that bridge, because I thought, I've got to write down a bunch of the places where this happened. And so I said, let me find where the worst mass shootings were. And so that's just simply a Google search, that bridge. And that's when I knew that song had come together. But again, because it's such a difficult topic, all I wanted to do was say, if this had happened to you, how would you feel? I'm not taking sides. It's evident and obvious that I, feel strongly about it, but I'm not saying that, oh, guns are bad, bullets are bad, Second Amendment is bad. All I'm saying is, if this happened in your house, how would you feel?
The crazy thing is, like, this album, it is a piece of history. You are telling these stories, but there's love, life, you talk about family, and with Do What You Can, you gave a lot of people comfort. I know a lot of people are telling you this, but did it give you a little bit of comfort getting those lyrics back and, singing them back to people, knowing kind of what you're doing and hearing seeing their lyrics rather?
I thought that I had stumbled upon something that was unique, because we, the collective we, anyone watching, listening to this conversation, knows that we lived this COVID moment together. So unlike any other moment in history, we came through this together. So I wrote the song, I put it away, and then I shared the chorus and just the first verse to say to the public, write a verse. If I can make sense of your lyric and put it in a melody, I'll sing it back to you on the computer. Just because I knew that it was a song of inclusion. And so the responses I got were numerous. And again, that's what made me realize that I had touched on something unique, a moment in history, unlike any other. A lot of our songs are fictionalized. Tommy and Gina are an amalgam of people that the three of us knew. Frankie Said I Did It My Way and It's My Life was my vision of Sinatra. But this song was a moment in time. Now, us, we.
I got the 2 Minute Morning, so I'm in Canada, and I would be crazy if I didn't ask you about, the Canadian connection, Phil the Thrill. We got to talk about our boy, and you can tell me to go suck a lemon if I'm completely off on this, but, was there a song you felt like he kind of really shined on that we can be extra Canadian proud of?
Yeah. Phil, first of all, Phil's energy, and he came in at a very difficult time when, a couple of times when Richie wasn't physically up to it. And then he stayed on from 2013. So his energy was so appreciated. And then his abilities as a technician, initially performing the catalog, to the point where we got him on our records. And so when he sits and gets to play a solo, like on Beautiful Drug, and it's so wonderful and melodic and different than anything I could have ever dreamt up, I love to see that energy come out on record. And so I'm very appreciative of his ability to be a chameleon. It's not even what he does naturally. He's become a part of this organization by filling in the cracks of a damaged soul and making it whole again. And so we appreciate every minute of his being with us.
But I want to ask one selfish question that has nothing to do with it. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I know it's a bad thing to admit. Don't hang up on me. Don't hang up on me. How do you think the Patriots are going to do this year?
It was a new New England Patriots that I watched on Sunday. And it was interesting because, like anything else, time marches on. If I could equate your question to Phil being in the band versus the 30 years of Richie, it's different. It's different. So I have to look at the New England Patriots and go, you know what? It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And I think you should be optimistic about the Cowboys with new coaching and and I mean it, with some of the draft picks and stuff that they did this year. I think that they're going to, it's a new era down there. So I think they're going to unfortunately be okay.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to send you a Dallas Cowboys jersey. This is going to be amazing. You're going to rep it. I love it.